So you're evaluating your own financial plan, your investment strategy. Maybe you're thinking about working with an advisor, maybe not, but you just want to know how should you be thinking about the steps that you are currently taking to make sure you're taking the right steps to get you to your financial goals. This is a quick 2.5 minute presentation on the 5 key components of an investment plan, and I'll touch on broader financial planning at the end. So you have a framework with which to evaluate your own actions. So starting with our first component is savings rate. This is basically a cash flow measure that says how much do you have at the end of the month or end of the year that you can make decisions with, such as putting into investment accounts or making one-time purchases. This is also going to tag along with how much should you keep as an emergency fund so that if things go awry, you have cash in the bank so that you can take care of yourself and your family. And savings rate will be built off of that. The second thing is your asset allocation. This is basically how risk tolerant or conservative are you? And then what is the strategic way to think about the broad selection of possible investments that you should choose so it actually helps cushion or appeals to your emotional or psychological state as you plan to invest money. So this is not the specific investments like Microsoft or Apple. This is broader, like should I put more money into gold or more money into bonds or more money into stocks? Then you have account types. So this is basically, are you taking advantage of the tax efficient account types available to you? Are you putting a lot of money into taxable brokerage accounts versus maybe taking advantage of your 401k option or inputting up to your employer match? Also, maybe are you self-employed and are you taking advantage of the tax efficient accounts that are available to a self-employed individual? This is a broader discussion around putting the money into the right holding places so that they can grow in an optimal way. Your fourth part is investment selection, pretty self-explanatory. This is the actual selection of what stocks, bonds, and funds will actually make up your asset allocation and in what proportion. And then finally is rebalancing and monitoring. Rebalancing refers to taking care of what's called drift, which is as certain investments grow and certain investments shrink, they don't all grow in the same direction at the same time. So what starts out with maybe a small position in Tesla becomes a huge position in Tesla as it has a great year, and you want to rebalance that, maybe take some profits and shift it into other areas. This is something that you can do effectively in retirement accounts and is best done with eyes on the market so that you can monitor things before they grow out of control. So these are 5 key things to think about. I'll make future videos about each individual component, but hopefully this gives you a framework with which to view your own plan through. Finally, these are just like the broad elements of a financial plan. So we have evaluating your net worth, checking in with your cash flow, talking about your investments, and these 3 were what we discussed on the previous slide. But then you also have things like insurance. Are you adequately insured, and what are the right types for you in your specific situation? My head is blocking there. So then you have estate planning, and this is planning for your heirs, legacy planning, making sure that your estate will arrive intact to your heirs in a tax efficient way. And then you have tax planning. This is minimizing your taxes or taking advantage of credits or deductions that are available to you based on your specific circumstance. Stock options, maybe your employer has a more creative type of incentive program for you. What are the tax consequences and financial requirements for you to take advantage of these options? There's a wide range of options within there, and they're all kind of individually unique and should be addressed individually. And then finally, business planning. Maybe you have a business and you want to plan for continuity or security for your customer base, or you just want to think about how do you grow and scale or offer financial options for your employees. There's a broader world within that, but these are just the general things to think about. I appreciate your time watching this video. Thanks for bearing with me moving my head around the screen. Please, if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can use the free 45-minute financial plan review meeting that is available in my emails or on my website, and I'd love to chat with you and learn about what you're thinking about and how you are evaluating your own financial plan. Thanks. This is Eric from Peak Financial Planning, and take care.